Hey, it's Thomas here, and today we're doing a quick review on the CPR Aquatics AquaFuge2 Hang-On Refugium. So refugiums are nothing new. Hobbyists have been benefiting from them for many years now. The simple concept of having a separate, safe space for growing beneficial microorganisms that go on to feed our fish and other livestock, along with the ability to grow various algae and macroalgae outside of the display where it can be managed and utilized to uptake excess nutrients from our systems, are fantastic examples of why refugiums have been a staple in our hobby since their conception many moons ago. The fact is, not everyone has an aquarium setup that allows them to easily incorporate a refugium. Some basic sump designs may not have the space inside them to allow for a refugium. All-in-one tanks often don't have enough space in the back to incorporate a refugium that's going to be easy to take care of, let alone easy to light. And maybe just at the beginning of setting up your tank, your budget didn't really allow you to have a refugium on there, but we got a solution for that. Thankfully, CPR Aquatics is in the game of making reefing gear for those of us who lack drilled aquariums or easily modify tanks, meaning there is an all-in-one solution to getting a refugium on your aquarium. The AquaFuge2 hangs on your tank or sump and provides 2.5, 3.6, or 4.7 gallons of refugium space, depending on the model. The baffle system prevents substrate and inhabitants from becoming disturbed while allowing for adequate water flow to prevent stagnant areas within the refugium. The back of the AquaFuge2 is black, which eliminates light spill from the refugium into the display tank. The included pump sits inside your display tank, then pushes water into the refugium, meaning any adult copepods, amphipods, or other microorganisms that leave the refugium will flow gently out of the grated outlet chamber without being minced up by the pump impeller on the way to your display tank. This also means that the AquaFuge2 is self-priming and will restart on its own after a power failure. The grated outlet also helps prevent unwanted pieces of macroalgae like strands of chaeto from making its way out of the refugium and into your tank. The optional LED bar fits nicely over the refugium without taking up much space thanks to the provided stands, and makes the AquaFuge2 an easy turnkey refugium solution. With that said, for a few bucks more, you can get the version without the light and then upgrade to the Tunes 8831 Refugium LED. It's completely waterproof and mounts elegantly with a magnet, meaning you can even mount the light below the surface of the water to minimize light spill into the room, and the algae-geared spectrum of the Tunes will provide optimal light for algae growth. The AquaFuge2 is also an excellent option for those who want the full benefits of a refugium over something like an algae reactor or algae scrubber, but in an area that's a lot easier to remove and maintain than, say, directly in your sump, where it can be a lot more cumbersome to actually clean up when it's time to clean up. And we all want clean sumps, because a clean sump means a clean display and a happy, healthy reef. It's a good option. You should think about it. I think there's also a solid argument to be made for using a hang-on refugium instead of a typical hang-on power filter for those reefers out there looking to maintain a small reef aquarium. Not only is this going to add more water volume than a typical power filter would, but the added benefit of a refugium can outperform typical biomedia found in most power filter options. Not to say that you couldn't run both, but if space on the back of the tank is an issue, I would definitely take the refugium over a power filter. Now, personally, I would have loved to see the sides and bottom of the AquaFuge2 blacked out as well. A lot of reefers are going to be using this directly on the back of their reef aquarium, and those blacked out panels would have helped a little bit more with light spill into the room, especially since many of us reefers are going to be running the lighting on the refugium opposite of the lighting on the main tank for that pH stability effect. You might get a little bit more light spill into the room. It's not a huge deal, just would have been a little bit nicer, in my opinion. With that said, I'm really just splitting hairs. The solid construction and easy to use format of this particular hang-on refugium makes it an excellent option for any reefer looking to add the benefits of a refugium to their system who, may not already have the space or ability to on their current filtration setup. So if you're in the market for a refugium and you're looking for one that hangs on, boom, I would not hesitate to pick this one up. But before you add any refugium to your system, check out this video right here on our top 15 refugium mistakes, where Ryan and Randy are going to walk you through all of the mistakes that you can make with a refugium and how not to do it, and better yet, how to do it right. So check it out.